Welcome to the deep dive. Have you ever really thought about how some dishes aren't just food? Like they're more than just sustenance. They're like living traditions almost.
Right, absolutely. Carrying history.
Exactly. Rich with history, packed with, surprising health benefits sometimes, and just full of heart.
Yeah,
Today, we're digging into a culinary treasure that really, truly embodies all of that, and maybe even a bit more.
we are. And for this deep dive, we're taking a bit of a journey to Eritrea. It's a vibrant nation, right there on the Red Sea coast.
Beautiful part of the world.
It really is. And we're exploring a dish that's, well, it's a cornerstone of the culture there.
Okay.
We're talking about the delightful, the deeply satisfying, and honestly, the surprisingly complex world of Shiro.
Shiro.
Oh.
Okay, I'm intrigued already.
Yeah, it's a dish that's really celebrated for this unique blend of, well, timeless tradition, serious nutrition, and this profound sense of communal joy.
So, our mission for this deep dive really is to unpack why. Why does Shiro hold such a special, you might almost say sacred, place in the hearts of Eritreans? Both those living at home and, folks living all over the world now.
Right, the diaspora connection is huge.
Totally. We'll look at its incredible health benefits, which sound like they might be understated sometimes.
Definitely.
We'll dive into the fascinating process of how it's actually made, almost like an artisanal craft,
It really is.
and just try to understand its profound cultural significance. So, get ready for maybe some aha moments about the power of food, because this isn't just about what's on the plate, right?
Not at all. It's about what it represents, how it connects people.
Yeah.
And it's quite fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Our research, it highlights something really profound about Shiro's unique appeal.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
It points out that when Shiro is readily available, like when it's just part of your daily life.
The everyday state.
Exactly. It's almost taken for granted. You enjoy it, sure, but maybe you don't fully appreciate its depth.
I can see that. Happens with lots of things.
But then its absence,
Hmm.
especially if you're far from home, or maybe it's just not on the menu for a while,
Uh-huh.
that leaves a really significant void.
A void. Wow.
Yeah, it apparently creates this craving that just intensifies with every moment you're without it.
Ah, that's powerful.
It is this deep, almost like visceral connection, this real longing.
Hmm.
It suggests there's so much more to this dish than just how it tastes or looks.
Right. More than meets the eye or the palate, as you said.
Precisely. It's a strong indicator of its intrinsic value, this quiet yearning for something that nourishes you way beyond just, filling your stomach.
Okay, so let's really unpack that. Let's try and picture this. Imagine just for a moment stepping into an Eritrean home, or maybe it's a bustling little restaurant that really honors tradition. You can almost feel the warmth, can't you? Radiating from this rich, steaming bowl of Shiro. There's this deep, inviting aroma filling the air.
Yeah, you can almost smell it through the microphone.
Right. And it's served not just on any old plate, but from a traditional handmade clay pot. They call it a zali.
The golly, yes. Very important.
This beautiful, like earthy vessel. Maybe it's even been passed down through generations, a symbol of the home, the hearth.
Absolutely.
And from this pot, the shiro is poured so generously, almost lovingly, over fresh, warm injera.
Injera.
Yeah.
Key component.
Okay, so if you, our listener, haven't encountered injera before, picture a large, soft, slightly tangy. It's got this spongy texture, almost like a giant crepe, but fermented.
Right. That sourdough tang is characteristic. It's central to Eritrean and Ethiopian food.
And it's just perfect for scooping up the shiro, right?
The perfect edible utensil.
Exactly. And as if that wasn't enough, it often comes with a side of these vibrant green peppers, adds a nice fresh bite.
Yeah, a little bit of heat maybe.
And a crisp, refreshing salad. You can practically smell that earthy, spicy, comforting aroma now, can't you?
Definitely. That blend of the roasted chickpeas, the spices,
Yeah.
mixed with the injera's unique sort of ferment, it's just irresistible. It's an invitation.
An invitation, I like that.
It truly is an invitation.
Yeah.
But it's an invitation to something much deeper than just a meal.
Okay.
It's really an invitation into the very fabric of Eritrean communal life, where every shared bite kind of strengthens tradition.
Wow.
What really elevates Shiro, makes it this extraordinary culinary experience, is its deep, deep traditional roots. This isn't just, grabbing a quick bite.
Right, not fast food.
No way. It's an event. It's a moment of connection, a shared ritual that's been practiced for, well, centuries.
Centuries.
It's the kind of experience that, as our research really points out, creates this almost magnetic pull draws you into this whole cultural tapestry with every spoonful.
And this is where it gets really interesting and, like you said, a bit curious. Why does absence make the heart, and let's be real, the stomach too, grow so much fonder for Shiro?
Yeah, it's a good question.
What is it about this particular dish that makes it so intensely missed? Especially, it seems, by Eritreans living far from home. It seems like it stems from a whole combination of things, right? Each acting like this powerful anchor to memory, to identity.
Yeah, a confluence of factors.
Okay, so first there's the presentation. You mentioned the zali. The visual appeal of that rich reddish-brown stew against the pale injera, served from that rustic pot. It looks good.
It really does. It's visually inviting.
Then there's just the essence of tradition it embodies. Like, it's a living link to heritage, to continuity. That must be comforting in, our fast-paced world.
Hugely comforting. A sense of grounding.
And crucially, it's also tied to the dedicated, almost revered role of women in preparing it. We need to talk more about that.
Absolutely. Their hands infuse it with generational love and knowledge.
Yeah. And then, of course, the undeniable health benefits, which we'll definitely get into later, that adds a practical layer to why it's so valued.
Yeah.
So all these things kind of combine, don't they, to create a dish that's not just food, but like a fundamental part of identity, of memory, a profound sense of belonging.
It's a taste that literally takes you home.
Exactly.
And that connection to memory, it's just paramount. What we found so striking in the research is how the very essence of Shiro really intertwined with these sweet, cherished memories. It emotionally binds families together.
Wow.
Like, no matter how far apart they might physically be, it completely transcends geography.
That's incredible.
Think about it. Someone far from home, longing for a taste of their roots, Shiro consistently comes up as the most missed dish.
The number one.
Seems like it. And it's not just, a craving for a specific flavor. It's deeper. It's this profound yearning for comfort, for connection, for a tangible piece of belonging that only a familiar traditional meal can really provide.
Like a culinary anchor.
That's a perfect way to put it, a culinary anchor. A taste that instantly transports you back to the warmth of family, the shared laughter, the comforting embrace of your heritage. It carries the emotional weight of home in every single bite.
Speaking of that deep connection, the sources really emphasize a key aspect here. The remarkable skill of women in preparing Shiro. It's clearly not just like following a recipe from a book, is it?
Not at all.
It sounds like a profound craft, an intricate art form, really, something meticulously passed down through generations.
Absolutely. You can tell it's not something you just pick up from a 5-minute YouTube video.
Right. No quick hacks here.
No, it's absorbed. Through observation, through patient practice, through this quiet sharing of wisdom from mother to daughter, elder to younger, creating this continuous thread of culinary heritage.
That's beautiful.
It is. And our research includes such a poignant and honestly really relatable anecdote that just brings this to life for anyone who cherishes home cooking, really.
Okay, tell me.
It's the memory of a mother. That universal symbol of nurturing and home.
Yeah.
Embarking on this ritual. Going to the bustling market.
Okay.
She's there specifically to buy chickpeas, which, as we'll get into, are the absolute foundation of the Shiro flour.
Right, the main ingredient.
Then she gathers all the other essential aromatic ingredients. She meticulously cooks the Shiro, infusing it with that care and love only your mother really seems to have. And finally, she serves it at the family dining table. This isn't just cooking dinner,
No, it sounds like much more.
It's a profound act of love. It's a daily ritual that serves as this powerful way of preserving culture. It's how traditions aren't just like written down or remembered.
They're lived.
Exactly. They're lived and intimately transmitted from one generation to the next, literally nourishing the family's cultural identity.
So what does this really tell us then about the broader significance of these everyday cooking practices, especially in upholding cultural identity for, say, diaspora communities, those living far from their ancestral homes?
That's a great question.
When a dish like Shiro is prepared with such intention, such a strong link to heritage, it becomes way more than just fuel, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It transforms. It becomes this tangible, edible link back to your roots.
Yeah.
For someone in the diaspora, the very act of cooking Shiro, or even just remembering that specific smell, that taste, that communal setting, it becomes this vital thread.
Connecting them back.
Connecting them back to their history, their family lineage, the collective memory of their people. It's a powerful, comforting way to keep cultural identity alive and vibrant, even across continents, across generations.
It really shows how food is a universal language of belonging, doesn't it?
A profound anchor in a globalized world. Definitely.
Okay.
Indeed. And to truly understand the magic of Shiro, we really have to, peel back the layers, deconstruct the delight, as they say.
Let's do it. Where do we start?
Starting with the very foundation. The flour itself.
Okay, the Shiro flour.
Right. Our research takes us through this pretty fascinating initial stage of preparing what's known as Shiro flour. Chickpeas, as we said, are the main component, the primary legume here.
Chickpeas are amazing.
Yeah.
So versatile.
They really are. Such an incredibly versatile base, used in countless dishes worldwide, right?
Yeah.
Hummus, falafel.
Karna masala.
Exactly. Which just speaks to their universal nutritional value and how adaptable they are in different culinary traditions. They're the humble yet mighty heart of Shiro.
Okay, so take us through it. This detailed, almost artisanal process of making the flour. It sounds like quite a journey from just a bag of chickpeas.
It is quite a process.
Yeah.
So first, the raw chickpeas are meticulously rinsed. Got to make sure they're perfectly clean.
Standard procedure.
Then they're carefully boiled in water, but only until they reach a specific al dente consistency. You don't want them mushy.
Okay. Not too soft, not too hard.
Just right for the next steps. Once they hit that perfect state, they're carefully drained. Let all that excess water escape, but without losing their goodness.
Okay, drained. Then what?
Now, they don't just get left in a colander. Oh no.
Uh-oh. What happens?
They're thoughtfully spread out on a special mat, apparently designed specifically for this purpose.
A chickpea drying mat.
Seems like it.
Mm.
And they're left to moderately dry under the warmth of the sun.
Sun-dried chickpeas. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
this natural sun drying isn't just practical, it's crucial. It gently prepares them for the next stage, developing flavor by reducing moisture slowly, evenly.
Nature's dehydrator.
Pretty much. Then comes a truly critical step, maybe the most crucial for flavor development.
Okay, I'm listening.
They get roasted
Hmm.
on a wide circular pan, which is called a moklo.
Moklo. Got it.
This isn't just heating them up. This roasting, often over specific controlled heat, it's like flavor alchemy.
Ooh, I like that alchemy.
It caramelizes their natural sugars, develops these complex new aromatic compounds, the Maillard reaction stuff.
Right, like searing meat or toasting bread.
Exactly. And that's absolutely essential for Shiro's characteristic deep, nutty, rich flavor. You can almost hear that gentle crackling, smell the warmth as they transform.
Roasted chickpeas.
After they're perfectly roasted, that beautiful golden brown hue, they're spread out again. This time, just to cool down completely, locks in all those new flavors.
Okay, so they're roasted, they're cooled. What's next?
Well, first, there's a little aside in our research that's just delightful.
Oh, yeah.
It mentions this charming, almost universal memory associated with this part of the process. It speaks to how irresistible good food is.
What is it?
Everyone remembers sneaking a bite of the delicious roasted chickpeas before it goes to the grinding mill.
I can totally picture that. Who could resist?
Exactly. Adds such a fun, relatable touch, doesn't it? That little taste of anticipation, a sneak peek at the goodness to come, a shared secret.
Love it. Okay, so after resisting the urge to eat them all.
Right. After that little culinary sneak peek, the process continues, building more complexity. So once they're cool, the husks, the sort of skins of the chickpeas, are carefully removed.
Okay, how do they do that?
Often by hand or through gentle winnowing, kind of tossing them so the lighter husks blow away, leaving behind just the pure roasted legumes.
Right.
Now, this is where the real flavor magic starts to happen for the flour.
The spice blend.
Exactly. The roasted, dehusked chickpeas are then mixed with this incredible assortment of ingredients. We're talking a symphony of aromatics and spices.
Okay, like what?
Fresh garlic, robust dried onions for that savory foundation, vibrant red pepper for the essential kick and color, fenugreek for its distinctive, earthy, slightly sweet notes,
Yeah.
small pieces of rue.
Rue, that's interesting. What does that add?
It adds this unique, slightly bitter, herbaceous touch, really elevates the complexity.
Huh.
Then fragrant fresh basil, pungent ginger for warmth, and just the right amount of salt to balance everything out.
Wow, that's quite a list.
It is. And all of these carefully chosen ingredients are then ground together, traditionally in a stone mill.
Old school.
Very. Ground into this fine, incredibly aromatic flour. This unique, precise blend is truly what gives Shiro its incredibly distinctive and complex flavor profile. It's not just flour, it's like a meticulously crafted spice blend in itself.
Yeah.
ready to work its magic.
Okay, so we've got this amazing aromatic, custom-blended Shiro flour, a real testament to traditional culinary art.
Absolutely.
Now let's shift gears. How do we get from this magical flour to the actual dish, the rich, satisfying Shiro we've been talking about?
Right, the cooking process itself.
It sounds like another multi-step process, building layers of flavor.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's all about building those layers. It starts with a foundational step,
Right.
frying onions in oil.
Okay, standard flavor base.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
This can be done either in the traditional zali, that clay pot we mentioned, or just in any other suitable heavy-bottom pan. The onions are patiently fried for a good few minutes, moderate heat, until they get soft, translucent, maybe start to caramelize a little. Sets that aromatic groundwork.
Makes sense.
Then, mashed tomatoes are added, often fresh and ripe. They get fried for a few more minutes with the onions, letting their sweetness and acidity meld and deepen. Creates that rich, savory base.
Onions and tomatoes, classic combo.
Can't go wrong. After this, water is carefully poured in, brings everything together into a simmering liquid.
Okay.
Once that water hits a rolling boil, then the prepared Shiro flour, that aromatic blend we just described, is slowly, almost reverently added.
Slowly. Why slowly?
Because you add it in small, controlled amounts.
Okay, and here comes the crucial technique, right? The stirring.
Bingo. This is critical. Anyone who's ever made like a gravy or a white sauce knows the struggle.
Oh, yeah. Lumps are the enemy.
Exactly. As the Shiro flour is added, it needs to be stirred continuously, almost relentlessly. The whole goal is to prevent it from coagulating, to avoid those dreaded lumps that can ruin the texture.
So like making a perfect gravy, but maybe even more intense.
Probably.
Yeah.
On a grander, more traditional, and definitely more flavorful scale, this constant, rhythmic stirring is what ensures the Shiro develops that signature creamy, smooth, deeply satisfying consistency. No gritty bits allowed.
Takes skill and patience, I bet. And a strong arm.
Definitely skill, definitely patience, and yeah, probably a strong arm too. That continuous stirring is absolutely paramount for the texture.
So after all that stirring, is it done?
Almost. Later in the cooking process, more layers of flavor and heat get introduced.
Ooh, girl.
Fresh garlic and vibrant green chilies might be added. They can be finely cut or just chopped in half, depending on how much heat you want.
Adds a fresh kick at the end.
Exactly. A bright, pungent kick that contrasts beautifully with the earthy richness. Elevates the zest, the spice. Finally, salt is added to taste, making sure the seasoning is perfectly balanced. And then the Shiro is just left to boil for a few more minutes until it's perfectly ready.
How do you know when it's ready?
It reaches that rich, thick, utterly comforting consistency. It's a beautiful dance of ingredients, really. Simple elements transforming into this complex masterpiece.
Sounds amazing. Now, let's shift gears a bit from how it's made to the incredible power hidden inside this dish.
Right, the health aspects.
Because, you know, in a world where we're constantly looking for healthy food options, chasing the latest fads, Shiro seems to have this really timely relevance in global health.
It really does.
We're seeing this huge trend, right? A global rise in health problems, often directly linked to our eating habits.
Absolutely. Things like obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, often fueled by processed foods, high sugar, low fiber diets. People are getting concerned.
Yeah, becoming more selective about food choices, searching for answers, maybe looking back sometimes.
And this is precisely where Shiro truly stands out. It emerges as this traditional, wholesome dish with really impressive nutritional values.
A counterpoint to modern issues.
Exactly. A fantastic counterpoint to many modern dietary concerns. It's such a powerful reminder that ancient wisdom embodied in these dishes, passed down through generations, often holds incredibly potent solutions for our modern health problems.
That's a great point. Like, maybe the answers aren't always new.
Sometimes they're very old.
Okay.
And what's truly revolutionary here, something modern nutrition is maybe only now fully appreciating, it's how the specific combination of the fermented injera with the high-fiber chickpeas and Shiro creates this unique prebiotic-probiotic synergy.
Ah, gut health.
Bingo. It supports gut health in ways that, isolated supplements often can't match. It's like this powerful testament to instinctive ancestral food science.
Wow. Communities just intuitively understood this stuff.
It seems like it. They understood the power of fermentation of whole foods long before we had labs to prove it.
That's pretty amazing. So let's break down the goodness, ingredient by ingredient. What makes Shiro so incredibly healthy? It's not just random, right? It's like a nutrient symphony.
That's a perfect description. A nutrient symphony working together. Each component plays a vital role.
Okay, lay it on us.
All right. Let's delve into the details from our research first and foremost. chickpeas.
This star.
The star. As Shiro's main ingredient, they're an exceptionally rich source of plant-based protein. Essential amino acids for building, repairing tissues, supporting growth, making crucial enzymes, hormones, all that good stuff.
Protein power.
Definitely. And beyond protein, they boast a very high dietary fiber content, both soluble and insoluble fiber.
Fiber's key.
Hugely key. This fiber is vital for maintaining a healthy weight, a huge global challenge, right? And it significantly lowers the risk of chronic diseases, like type 2 diabetes, by stabilizing blood sugar, and heart disease by helping lower cholesterol, all while keeping your digestive system happy and healthy.
So chickpeas are just nutritional powerhouses.
They really are. On their own, they're fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, what else? You mentioned fenugreek in the flour blend.
Ah, yes, fenugreek, an unsung hero in many cuisines. It's not just there for subtle flavor. It's an active participant in well-being.
Really? How so?
Our research highlights that fenugreek actively improves blood sugar control, incredibly important for managing and preventing diabetes.
Wow. Okay.
And it also helps reduce cholesterol levels, particularly the LDL or bad cholesterol.
How does it do that?
It has this soluble fiber called galactomannan, which helps slow down sugar absorption from food. It also binds to cholesterol, helping your body get rid of it.
So two major health benefits right there, cardiovascular and metabolic health.
Exactly. Pretty significant.
Okay, what about the kick? The chili pepper.
Ah, the chilies. For those who love a bit of spice.
Milty.
It's not just about the heat. They contain capsaicin. And capsaicin can actually give your metabolism a noticeable boost.
Really? Burn more calories.
Prompts your body to burn calories more efficiently, yeah. And surprisingly, it might even help promote weight loss by curbing appetite a bit.
So that little bit of fire is actually working for you.
It is a fiery metabolism boost, doing more than just pleasing your taste buds.
Pretty cool. Okay. And then ginger and garlic, they're in almost everything, but are they special here?
Well, they're common staples, but in Shiro, they really act as powerhouses.
Powerhouses. Okay.
They both boast potent anti-inflammatory effects. Super important for reducing chronic inflammation in the body, which we now know is linked to so many modern diseases.
Right. Inflammation is a big buzzword now.
For good reason.
Ah.
And they're also packed with powerful antioxidants. These combat oxidative stress, protect your cells from damage, basically contributing significantly to overall cellular health and well-being.
Little immune boosters in every bite.
Kind of like that, yeah. So you're absolutely right. It's not just delicious. It's a true nutrient symphony where every component plays a vital, scientifically supported role in boosting your health.
Amazing. But wait, there's more, right? You mentioned something beyond just the ingredients.
Ah, yes. Here's an incredibly fascinating dimension. Goes beyond just the nutritional breakdown. The unsung hero, perhaps, of Shiro's health benefits often lies in its social context.
The social context. How food is eaten.
Precisely. Our research illuminates this beautifully. When Shiro is served in a meaty,
right. The circle.
that's when families sit together in a circle, often sharing from one communal platter, reaching in with their pieces of injera.
Okay.
Its social values further and powerfully enhance its overall health benefits. It's not just what you eat, but fundamentally how you eat it.
Oh, that Medi experience sounds truly wonderful. You can just picture it, can't you?
You really can.
The, clinking of hands getting injera, the low hum of conversation, shared laughter. This traditional communal setting must give people such a profound sense of togetherness.
It absolutely does. It fosters connection, encourages conversation, builds these shared moments that become cherished memories.
So it makes dining not just nourishing for the body with all those great nutrients,
Right.
but truly colorful and memorable for the soul, too,
Yeah.
feeding your spirit as much as your stomach.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It's a mindful approach to eating that we often lose in our modern hurried lives. And that sense of belonging, that connection, it can directly reduce stress, promote a feeling of well-being, contributing to overall health in ways that go way beyond any single nutrient.
Stress reduction through shared meals makes perfect sense.
Exactly. Our research points out, knowledge is most valuable when understood and applied.
True.
This Midi tradition is a prime living example of how deeply culture can directly contribute to well-being. It proves healthy eating isn't solely about the biochemical stuff on the plate.
Right.
It's fundamentally about how it's consumed, the environment, the social bonds it reinforces.
Which raises a big question for us today, doesn't it?
It really does. In our modern, often very individualized, very hurried eating habits, meals eaten alone in front of screens.
Yeah, sadly common.
What are we actually losing by not prioritizing these communal food experiences,
Yeah.
these moments of shared human connection that dishes like Shiro so powerfully embody.
That's a really important question to reflect on.
It really is. Maybe the answer to some of our modern health crises isn't in a pill, but,
Yeah.
in a shared pot of Shiro.
Food for thought, definitely. So, okay, the shiro is cooked. It's nutritious. It's culturally significant. Let's get back to the eating.
The best part.
Once this nutritional powerhouse is ready, the moment everyone's been waiting for arrives. Families gather in that meaty circle we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
eyes sparkling with anticipation, apparently. And as our research vividly puts it, they gobble the fresh shiro.
Gobble, I love that word. Shows the enthusiasm.
Right, served generously over a platter covered with injera. It's described so simply, yet profoundly. A dish that is, at the same time, incredibly delicious and deeply satisfying.
The perfect combination.
It's that satisfaction that comes not just from the flavors, but from the warmth of tradition, the joy of togetherness, and the injera acting as that perfect utensil, soaking up every last bit of that rich sauce, no drop of goodness wasted.
Waste not, want not. Especially when it's that delicious.
Exactly. But what if you maybe want a different texture? Is shiro always served that way?
Ah, good question. And no, it showcases remarkable versatility, actually, adapting within Eritrean cuisine.
Okay.
Our research notes it can also be served as Shiro Fit Fit.
Shiro fit fit. Okay, what's that?
This is where the rich, savory Shiro is actually mixed with shredded injera, or sometimes kitcha. That's another type of unleavened flatbread, also a staple.
Oh, interesting. So it's all mixed together.
Yeah, creating a slightly different, more textured consistency. Almost like a savory bread pudding, maybe.
Huh. Okay.
And this version is typically eaten with a spoon. Offers a more contained, maybe even more comforting eating experience for some.
So it's adaptable, different preferences, different occasions.
Exactly. Ensures everyone can partake in its comforting deliciousness however they like it.
It's fascinating how a dish can hold such a central, almost like sacred place in the rhythm of a culture's life. And shiro certainly seems to.
It really does.
Our research highlights its frequent presence during specific times. Notably, it's a favored dish during the long fasting seasons.
Right, when meat, dairy, eggs are often excluded for religious or spiritual reasons.
Yeah. During those times, shiro must become absolutely crucial for sustenance.
Definitely. Providing essential protein, nutrients, acting as this flavorful, filling anchor when other staples are off the menu.
Makes sense. But what happens when the fasting's over? Does it disappear?
That's what's truly remarkable. Its continued appeal and resilience, even beyond fasting.
Okay.
The research notes that even when fasting seasons end, and despite what you'd think would be a high appetite for meat after going without,
Right, you'd expect a meat feast.
you would. But shiro is still served regularly. Sometimes, to enhance the flavor and richness, they might add a bit of tesme.
Tesme, what's that?
That's clarified butter, often spiced with traditional herbs. It adds this wonderful, indulgent quality.
Oh, like ghee, but spiced. Sounds amazing.
It is, and this just demonstrates its unwavering popularity, its resilience as a beloved staple. It transcends specific dietary needs. It's enjoyed for its own merits, not just as a substitute, a consistent culinary comfort.
And this widespread appeal, it's not just in homes or during certain seasons, is it?
Not at all. Shiro is so profoundly popular among Eritreans that Eritrean restaurants, both inside the country and all across the diaspora abroad,
Yeah.
they proudly feature it like front and center on their menus.
A menu must have.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's much to the absolute delight of their customers. It's that true taste of home, of heritage. Acts like a beacon for cultural identity.
I bet. For many, a visit to an Eritrean restaurant probably isn't complete without a steaming platter of shiro.
I would imagine so. And what's truly fascinating here really illustrates its reach beyond just cultural boundaries.
Yeah.
Is this charming specific anecdote from our research.
Ooh, another anecdote. Love these.
It's the vivid memory of a high school Indian teacher
Okay.
declaring shiro his absolute favorite Eritrean dish.
Wow. An Indian teacher loving Eritrean shiro.
Isn't that cool? It's not just about a traditional dish being cherished within its own community.
Yeah.
It's about how its deliciousness, its wholesome nature, maybe the familiar use of legumes and spices.
Yeah, lots of chickpeas and spices in Indian cuisine, too.
Exactly. How it can transcend cultural boundaries and find fans from entirely unexpected places. It speaks to that universal appeal of good food, well made.
Yeah. Simple, authentic dishes connecting people from vastly different backgrounds.
Building bridges, one bite at a time. It's a testament to the power of food as, like, a global language.
That's a wonderful way to think about it.
Wow.
Wow, we've really journeyed through the rich, comforting tapestry of Eritrean Shiro today.
We certainly have.
And it's become profoundly clear, hasn't it? It's so much more than just a dish.
So much more.
It's this powerful, deeply satisfying blend of tradition, incredible nutrition, and that profound communal joy, all intricately woven into the very fabric of Eritrean culture. From the careful crafting of its unique flour all the way to its cherished role in family meals, it's been an absolute delight to unpack this culinary treasure.
It truly has. What we've seen, I think, is that Shiro is undeniably tasty.
Definitely sounds it.
And remarkably healthy. A traditional dish that continues to thrive. It evolves, maybe slightly, but stays true to its roots.
Yeah.
Its diverse ingredients combine to offer numerous, well-documented health benefits, addressing modern dietary concerns with, like we said, ancient wisdom.
Right.
And when it's served in that communal meaty setting, that added value of togetherness, of shared experience, mindful eating, it truly enhances its beauty and its contribution to holistic well-being.
Holistic is the perfect word there.
Yeah. As a healthy, versatile option, it's just something that can happily be cooked for any occasion, anytime, anywhere. A timeless gift from Eritrean kitchens to the world, really.
A gift. I like that. So maybe the final thought here. What does Shiro tell us about the often hidden treasures lurking in our own traditional cuisines, wherever we might be from?
That's a great question.
And how might cherishing and actively exploring these age-old, wholesome, often communally prepared options, how might that contribute not just to our personal well-being and health,
Right.
but maybe even to addressing some of the bigger food-related health challenges we face globally today?
Looking back to move forward, perhaps.
Maybe it's time to look beyond the latest dietary fads, the newest superfood craze, and really do a deep dive into the timeless wisdom found in our grandmother's kitchens.
I couldn't agree more. There's so much wisdom there.
Well, until next time, keep exploring, keep tasting, and keep connecting.